So the day I left was the night that the kidnappers came into the seminary. Then my telephone rang and I picked, and that was around 11:30 p.m. the night. And the seminarian just said, "Oh, Father, we are under attack. We are under attack." I said, "Okay, you hold on." I started calling the police. I said, "Look, the seminary is under attack. Could you please do something immediately?" "Oh, I don't know who is speaking. I don't know you. Who are you?" I said, "I am the rector of the seminary. Please, the seminary is..." "Oh, I don't know what you are talking about. I don't know." And he switched off his phone.
Oh no.
At this point, I became devastated. Who am I going to call? I had to call right inside Kaduna town. The police there said, "Oh, Father Rector, we can't do much because the distance is so much." Miraculously, whatever happened, they had some gunshots and the kidnappers started running away. And when they ran, they took with them 4 of my students.
Oh, right.
They came in the dead of night, armed, masked, silent. 4 young men were taken. Only one never came back. And where he was taken, that's exactly where his rector asked to bury him. This is not just a story about pain. It's a story about love, memory, and the promise that even death couldn't erase. His name was Michael Nnadi. Just 18 years old, full of life, full of faith. A seminarian at the Good Shepherd Major Seminary in Kaduna, Nigeria. He had only just returned from Christmas break. Excited, refreshed, ready to keep walking the long road to priesthood. But on one dark January night in 2020, everything changed. An armed gang, revolver men, as the rector would later call them, broke through the seminary walls. They weren't just robbers. They wanted fear. They wanted blood. They found 4 young seminarians sleeping in their dorm. The gang had vanished into the night, dragging the boys with them. Michael was one of them. The days that followed were unbearable for their families, for their brothers in the seminary, for the rector, Father Habila Daboh, for the church in Nigeria. There were prayers, there was fasting, and there was silence. Then, one by one, the other 3 seminarians were released. But not Michael. Days turned to weeks, and then his body was found. Michael had been killed. You would expect him to be buried in his hometown, with his family, among his loved ones. But his rector, the very man who had taught him, guided him, prayed with him, had a different idea. An idea born not of fear, but of fierce love. Father Habila Daboh made a request to the provincial bishops. Let Michael be buried here, in the seminary, in the place where he lived, laughed, studied, prayed. Let him rest among his brothers. The bishops agreed. And so Michael was laid to rest. His body, stolen by violence, was returned to the heart of the seminary, this time in peace. But that wasn't all. Father Daboh didn't want Michael to become just another story, just another name. He wanted future generations of seminarians to remember, not with fear, but with fire. He oversaw the building of a beautiful, serene tombstone, a place where seminarians could come, kneel and pray, where they could look and remember what it means to give everything for the gospel. And then he did something even more powerful. He named the seminary refectory after him. The refectory, the place where seminarians eat together, share joy, remember and celebrate feast days. Every single day they say his name. Every single day they remember him. Michael Nnadi didn't die in vain. His tomb lies in sacred ground. It's not just a grave, it's a testimony, a reminder that this journey to the priesthood, this road of faith, is real, costly, beautiful, and sometimes bloody. Years later, Father Habila Daboh would be named Bishop of Zaria. But he still carries Michael with him. Every Mass, every prayer, every time he sees a young seminarian with fire in his eyes. You can hear it in his voice when he speaks about that night. He isn't just telling a story, he is remembering a son. They took 4, he says. Only 1 didn't return. But maybe Michael never really left, because his name is on their walls. His tomb is among their classrooms. His courage is in their hearts. And his voice, his voice, it's still preaching, even now. So the next time you hear about Good Shepherd Seminary in Kaduna, remember, it's more than a school. It's sacred ground. Because buried in its soil is the body of a young man who chose faith over fear, and a rector, now a bishop, who chose love over forgetting. This is how he was honored. Michael Nnadi, Seminarian, Martyr, brother, forever remembered, forever home.